All right.
Low levels of iron
Nice.
found.
Not a lot of
We're
resources
having a lot of
at
luck
the start
today.
here. Yeah, I know. The spectator mode's going very, very well. I'm
Low
pleasantly
levels of
surprised.
carbon found.
Yeah. So
High
Cubit
levels of
right now,
water found.
actually seeing a lot of aluminum, a little bit of
Levels of
steel.
aluminum found.
This might, again, I'd say another expansive play.
Ooh,
For
what
sure.
do we have up here? Oh, wow.
Ooh,
There's a lot of
that's-
resources to found on up there.
I'd say expansive. All for expansive again. Ooh.
Going scientific, I think that's understandable too. He can definitely make good use of this water patch, good use of the steel patch, has a little carbon even if he needs to use it. I think I would have thrown down expansive, but I can't say that the scientific play is wrong by any means.
Yeah, scientific, definitely, if you have, as I said, if you have this water cluster, definitely also a good play to, to do. Expansive, not also wrong, so, could go either way. Right now, Darthcaboose, not really.
The
not really up to
positioning
par with
on that
that.
scientific found, I'm a little nervous about, mostly because I was spotting off to the right. We've
Yeah,
got
like
nice little trios of iron in various places, silicon, water.
Aluminum, yeah,
Yeah, and
that,
it's
it was all there.
It was all over there, and even an interesting little carbon silicon tile up in the northeast that these players could have made some serious use out of. But founding over here for Darthcaboose, I think this was another misfound. I think there were better locations on the map, and Cubit definitely has the leg up when it comes to that.
Yeah, so right now, actually, Cubit already level 2. Making that use of founding on resources, selling them, and then of course using them to actually upgrade. So yeah, also has that, claim advantage currently. Darthcaboose actually also level 2 now. But as you said, like, I don't know, I feel much, like, maybe, I don't know, why, like, I'm just thinking about what thought process he's going through right now. Because of course,
Nobody
he's...
on virtual reality. Wow.
That is also really interesting, because if you actually get virtual reality, it might be worth it. But then again, you have seen the power prices really high. So, and
love
again,
this.
oh, this is awesome.
This
And
is
also
just
on the
fantastic.
This is wonderful. And also on a 2-player map, a Pleasure Dome doesn't really, pay off as much as it normally would.
That is a fair point.
Darthcaboose, right? This water, oh, just go take it away. I need a moment.
It's good. It's good, I think. I think that was, if there were a handful of tiles to take, that was about them. I would have possibly repositioned a little bit, because as we can see, Cubit still has a nice little water triangle available to him that he can use very effectively this game. If Darthcaboose had just taken the tile slightly to the north instead of the iron tile slightly to the south, the iron water,
Yeah.
he would have maybe prevented Cubit from really having any good positions to get down water resources next to his base. Cubit doesn't even care, though. He's just going to send glass factories across the
straight
map.
into glass. That's very interesting. And actually, as you said, Darthcaboose actually claiming the carbon silicon tile to the east. So yeah, like oh wow, this is, I don't know, like Cubit, him reacting to what are these wind turbines and glass? Like, I have the feeling he doesn't even care. He's just gonna go make, gonna go make that resource that just makes the most amount of money, then switch out of that, and then pretty much that's all he's gonna do all day long.
Another interesting thing I think worth noting is that Cubit committed very, very heavily into steel production and has been having to sell off significant amounts of it in order to keep being able to do things in this game, which I think is helping Darthcaboose quite a bit with only 2 steel mills running. He is not spending nearly so much money in power, in debt, trying to maintain his steel production because the price is just so cheap. And I think that's definitely something that's gone Darthcaboose's way this game. Maybe Cubit wasn't considering.
Yep, for sure. It's, I don't know. I think Cubit right now slowly paying off his debt, or actually like, yeah, really slowly paying off his debt because he has a load of power. Making that glass, I know, actually getting that power surge right now. I don't, ooh. Okay, also getting the, reactors into water pump from Darthcaboose. So Darthcaboose, not much going for him right now, since, that's a lot of money. actually out right now for 40 seconds.
Definitely. And another big thing is Cubit is already HQ level 3. He has the 60 glass purchased up to reach HQ level 4. Darthcaboose making no such commitment. Glass is getting ever more expensive, and he is going to have to purchase 40 of it just to tie up his HQ level with Cubit, because he can't finish this game on just HQ level 2 alone.
Yeah, this is I don't know. Right now, Darthcaboose actually going for wind turbines. That is fairly okay. No problem with that. Does also want to make some of that money. A solar flare doesn't really favor any player because nobody has solar panels right now. Cubit, you know.
Plus it's nighttime.
Oh yeah.
That always amuses me. Solar flare at night does nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, basically, I don't know. Cubit right now, making glass right now out of 2 furnaces is like wonderful. Like Darthcaboose only has 1 furnace, so he's not producing that quickly. And you know, Cubit with those 2 furnaces, he's actually making 1.5 glass a tick if you would like count that together.
Yep, 3 times as much glass for Cubit right now compared to Darthcaboose. Definitely a huge deal. Also, kind of strangely to me, Darthcaboose goon squatted his glass furnace. That is a lot of money to commit to protecting that tile that isn't bringing in too much money at this point. Only about 60 a second before you even count in resource costs.
I don't even think Cubit doesn't really care about that tile to the east, because like he's like, oh right, that's not making too much money. Why should I even like think about that? So yeah, definitely, as you said, definitely also misplay by 4,000. 4,000 in 1 versus 1 is actually quite a lot.
It's a lot of money.
And also, if you see like Cubit going to food right now, I think reactors would be better at this point, because you know you get that fuel, you get that oxygen, but of course Darthcaboose is actually in reactors right now, so just go into the market where your opponent isn't in there.
Yeah, I think there are a couple of advantages for for farms, in that your opponent's going to have a very hard time getting to them with glass so expensive. Your opponent's already making the oxygen and fuel, so those prices not going to be going up as quickly as the food price, potentially, because your opponent isn't consuming so much of them. You haven't been consuming maybe so much of them this whole time with a lot of your buildings next to your base. So I understand the food transition. Once again, that's very, very close, maybe a bit of a judgment call on that one.
Yeah, definitely. And also, Darthcaboose actually losing so much money in power right now. Like he's minus exactly 1 power, so that 117 a tick right now, just adding to that debt. Yeah.
This one lonely little wind turbine only pumping out 0.9 power. I mean, it's a good wind position, but no adjacency bonuses really, really hurts, especially when you have electrolysis and steel up, costing you so much power. That only runs about 3 of his buildings right now, and he has a lot more than that.
By the way, I think Darthcaboose, is pretty much seeing his loss and actually trying to end the game a little bit early with, getting pirates that are not, 36,000 bucks worth. Like,
well, I have to say, there is an extremely valuable resource this game in glass. And the glass furnaces are a bit of a clear position for pirates if he wants to throw them down. So it might be just a desperation play, trying to find any edge he can find anywhere this game. He is going to put him down in the way of the glass.
Worth?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was definitely a lot. But on the other hand, if he went up to 36, it meant Cubit was willing to go to 32. So both players putting a lot of value on that.
Ooh, actually Darthcaboose going into glass. But right now, I think Cubit could start buying out Darthcaboose. He's getting that glass currently. He has almost 12,000, so let's see how that's going to play out for him. And, Darthcaboose, still making that minus power.
We're not surprised, just disappointed in you.
Yeah, now the food play, actually, for Cubit is not really paying off.
Actually catches a dynamite.
Wow. That's... Who could see that? Wow. I did not see that coming at all.
Oh, that was pretty good. That was pretty good, I think.
That was great. But yeah, pretty much, I don't know, Darthcaboose. Ooh, actually getting that second wind turbine. Actually really good. But I mean 90,000 in debt. Like, I think that's a game right now.
I
Like
know. Cubit's
the
going
death,
for the hack at this point, and
yeah,
it's going to be
the
a
death
silicon short.
spiral, the death spiral right now of the game is like huge because you can't really get out
Your
of
stock
ninety
is being
thousand
bought.
that like fairly easy.
Now, Darthcaboose did definitely notice the position he's in. He's once again trying to defend himself, buying up
Your
his own
is
stock
being
price for
bought.
very, very cheap, trying to get that price as high as he can push it. But once again, there is a shortage coming, and he just doesn't have the money for it compared to somebody like Cubit.
Yep. Like if Cubit actually like wants to start snowballing, I think Cubit could like go to like expand to level 5, maybe go into more power. Maybe take the water patch in the south, east, of course. So yeah, there's a lot of ways for Cubit to take this game right now. But yeah, Darthcaboose, you know, actually making a little bit more glass now. Actually impedes Cubit's glass.
Yeah, and this is all very interesting. Cubit going for a silicon short that he actually canceled,
I've never seen such elegant use of
which I imagine is because he moved into glass. On top of that, Darthcaboose anticipating the silicon short, currently sitting on 200 of it at $92 each, but the short's not coming anymore. Cubit has transitioned instead toward a fuel short.
Yeah, Cubit actually probably saw that coming as he saw the price change in silicon. So I don't know, smart plays by Cubit. Like definitely looking at the market constantly, you know, knowing which prices have changed by quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, I think good plays from both players, but Cubit just
being
managing to stay one step ahead.
Yeah.
Very interesting detail, by the way, is that both of these players still running a ridiculous number of steel mills for the price of $12 right now. It's like these could be iron mines. Cubit finally noticing, maybe going to make a transition. They could be power production, just anything that isn't steel at this point, guys. Come on.
I'd actually like the power production right now because power at 170 and I'd say, you know, making silicon, so it actually would be worth it to actually just go into solar panels and just, you know, stick at that. You know, also, Darthcaboose switching into iron mines.
Well,
Also
he
very
just wants to make
interesting.
some money. You know, iron, good, solid $60 for the moment. He can certainly make a pretty penny off of that and then maybe move them into power a little bit later. Something along those lines if it's necessary. But this solar flare, do we have any solar panels on the field?
Cubit right now finishing up 2 of them on his iron mines, well, iron nodes. So yeah, definitely making that 1.2k of power is definitely interesting. Also buying 400 in fuel, also very interesting. He's going to make a lot of money on that
very soon with the price of fuel, the price of power, and the fact Cubit's making all this money off of it. This should be the push for the end in just a moment.
That he's 95% out right now. So this game, wow, like what a game, really. Like each player making plays that are kind of questionable, but then, you know, realize to be actually really smart. Darthcaboose actually making that 4th wind turbine. Yeah, I think
Darthcaboose hit the suicide button and the game ended.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, that happens.
I think you should have went into glass. I think sooner. Like, I think he was like kind of maybe waiting to go into glass because he didn't know how the price is going to go since Cubit was in there a lot sooner in that market.
Yeah,
So that might have been a thing.
I think a lot of the game came down to Darthcaboose's found. He was just running. You could tell he was running behind all game long, having to react to what Cubit was doing more often than making his own plays, and it cost him in the end.
Yeah, and also, yeah, that found definitely was a game changer. Like he had everything to the right. Like he actually only used 4 water tiles. I mean, sorry, 3 water tiles. So that actually, you know, he would have his, you know, own world. Like nobody would pretty much screw around with his tiles. So definitely misfound.
But it was still, it was reasonably well played by both players, I think, in the mid game though, and that has to be handed to both of them. Just kind of each of them being able to read each other, kind of understand where their money was coming from, what they were expecting to do, especially the prediction on something like the Silicon short, because Silicon's kind of an odd short. It's not something you watch for all the time. And then Cubit reading that in response and being able to cancel the short and just move into something else. All of that very, very fantastic play shows both players thinking about the game quite a lot as they're playing it out.
Yep. Very nice game.
But, you know, at the end, that's going to be 2 wins over to Cubit, and that does go ahead and wrap our series up here.